Good day and welcome along to another slow and steady video here on the channel, and it's Trucking Tuesday, taking a look at On the Road. Now I've got to say, I've been playing this game definitely last week, for really quite a few hours, and I was trying to unlock the dual, I think it's a twin axle on the back of the truck, and the truck is 150k I think, and I'm just not kind of getting there. I wanted to sort of take a look at one of the trucks that is not our truck, and just see the level of detail, when it comes to the trucks on the road. So this obviously is an AI vehicle. It's great to see trucks in the game. We've got different liveries as well. I think this one here, was I right in saying it's got like a world, it's a bit blurry, isn't it? Worldwide shipping. But these are meant to, of course, just fly by you. But it all looks really good, doesn't it? There's no glitches, it's crisp, sounds are good, and I gotta say, I'm quite impressed now. Sneak around the corner. Can we see? There is my truck down there. It'd be nice to see a few customizations on the AI trucks. I think that would be cool. I was talking to Dave actually about this MAN truck here, and he was saying it's got like a higher sleeper cab, so therefore the windshield is higher. And I was watching some videos back, and actually, if when you pull up at a set of lights, sometimes if you're sort of if you're pulled up to the line and you're sat, obviously in the cab, you've got a job to see the lights, and they can be quite difficult. But I've been watching some videos, so this kind of eliminates that with the higher sort of windshield. Good looking truck though. I don't own the MAN truck, I own the Scania. But again, you cannot knock the textures, the wheels. I'd love the trucks to get a bit grubby. That would be quite cool. Let's move across to my wagon over here, and of course got some air horns, got some lights running on the top, and I did unlock the sort of bull bar mesh grille with the two fog lights, and I'm pleased to say that all fog lights work. They're called fog lights or spotlights. They all work. The detail, gotta say, on the truck for the player's truck, I think is ramped up slightly. If you look at some of the textures on the back of here, we've got a fifth wheel we can detach. Probably should put them down first. Is that on this side? It's on the other side. Let's do it, just because, show everything that works. So I think this is one of the first games where actually you could sort of drop. This of course is a fuel trailer, so we pull up and obviously do the fuel. I wanted to also unlock the other trailer so I can do multiple drops, but I just haven't been able to accrue that kind of money. So of course here we've got legs go down, everything's, and oh, look at that, you can even see the pin, like the pin for the truck. There we go. Truck overloaded. I don't know what that is about, but let's put that back in. Let's bring these back up. But great additions, and I think this was actually one of the first games that, correct me if I'm wrong, please do in the comments, because I'm not perfect, but was one of the first games you could jump out the cab. Before this was maybe Truck Driver. And there is meant to be a graphical upgrade come to this game, and if it does, I gotta say, this is the closest we've got to Euro Truck, isn't it? It looks good. We'll talk about sounds in a bit, and graphics will come to that as well. But I gotta say, for what's on the market right now, and I don't know why, maybe it was like plagued with issues when I was playing it back in the day. I sort of got proper turned off it, and I was having problems with some of the handling. Let's jump up in the cab. The dash looks great. The sound has been, all the traffic, so if we jump back out, let's just jump back out. I always look at the door. I think that's the Alaskan road trucker in me. The ambient noise of the lorries going by and stuff, all sounds great. And this is obviously quite busy, but if you're somewhere quiet, you can hear the birds and stuff like that, and all that is really important. But if you jump in the cab, suddenly it's very much muted down. And yeah, the cab looks alright. I was playing this. This has been out a while, right? I should know because I should be doing my research on these videos and games. But hey, I'm still new to YouTube. And I had a friend around a couple of years ago, and he drove Scanias, and he said, "Oh my god," he goes, "that looks amazing." I said, "It looks perfect." So there we go. So we have got the Scania, and as you can see, the windshield here is much smaller. Let's did I sort my tacho out? Rest time. So change that into drive mode. Beautiful. Let's get it started up. We will lose that. I don't care for that on the screen. Let's just jump to third person. We can just run these lights up and have a look at them. Lights. We've got hazard lights, of course. Now, I was corrected on my last video with the American Dream that you just had to push L1 and R1 to get the hazards. But you know, I don't think it was listed on the controls. I couldn't see it, and again, I may be mistaken. But hazards all work, everything's fine. In fact, the lights are crisp. You know, you can see it on the back there. And we've got, I could just lose, can I lose that? Yeah, there we go. Back of the trailer, even on the top of the trailer, just looks nice. I would love a little bit, I think this is on heavy cargo, which will be coming next week, but I wish the lights would maybe illuminate a bit more. Mind you, we are under a street light, so they wouldn't illuminate that much, I don't suppose. But let's get these lights up on the front, have a look and see what they look like. At one, I guess you'd call that, I would call that running daylights, maybe. Up another, and you can see now we've got our spotlights on, and they look incredible. Can we, just curious, if I should jump in the cab. Now, hazards, can you hear the hazards? And can you see what's going on with the camera? I'm not touching the stick, and it's auto-centering, and I love that. It's such a cool addition. Sometimes when I'm looking into that mirror, I'm checking just before I move lanes, and it comes back automatically. I'm going around a corner, I'm looking to my right, truck comes out, and it bounces back to the centre. That is glorious, and it's to be celebrated because, for me, personally, they do a lot of things right here, you know. So let's just jump down to the door. Yeah, so it runs, the truck runs while we're outside, and can you also notice, let's have a look at these spots, they look lush, don't they? Now I've got a truck here, but I've got, if you take a look, there is it's a bit difficult to see in this light, it's black, but there's a purple accent of flashes of purple through it, and in the daylight that looks really nice, really difficult to pick out actually, but it's really faint, like a purple accent to the truck. Glorious. You know, you can customise it, make it yourself, just about see it there, you know. Anyway, hazards, you can hear the hazards. Unlike Alaskan Road Trucker, you jump out the truck and you can still hear the hazards at the same bloody volume. Not here. Jump out, can't hear the hazards. It's perfect. It's literally... So when I came back to this game, and I've not played it in a while, I was like, do you know what, hot damn, this is actually pretty decent. And if this is getting a graphical upgrade, you know, we talk about Truck Driver going gold edition. Depends what price they pull that out, but you know, I don't know if I want to pick it up because, you know, we want pinnacle trucking on the console, and this could be the closest thing we got. And if this is going to be upgraded, I know this patch, check out Pretty Much Gaming as well, he said they've lost the update. It was a funny video, do check it out. Fantastic channel, of course. And yeah, you know, it's looking good, isn't it? And if this is going to be supported, I wish, obviously, I will stop waffling a minute, we will get driving. I wish that they would expand maybe in, I guess, if like I think the community would go crazy if they added, like, what's next to Germany? I don't know, my geography's terrible. Spain? If they added Spain into this, like, as an additional map, I think the trucking community will go crazy, like, you know, and just put the surrounding continents, even if they stay like in Europe, you know, I'd love the UK, of course, like, come on, you just put 5 major cities and a few roads and we'll be elated. But yeah, I don't know, is this our best chance? We've got this on the market right now and it doesn't look bad, does it? So let's jump in. Engine again is different sound outside than inside. That's auto centering for me. We're underneath the street light, just in case you're wondering why it's illuminated. Let's get to in driving time. We've been waffling. Look at that. That says literally half an hour game time of waffling, but that's all right. Driving time. Let's do it. So we'll knock those hazards off. Wasn't really a big fan of these menus, but I suppose it works. I did go into my gearbox actually, and I put the retarder up as high as I could get it. Now, from what I understand, if you let off the throttle and the truck is cruising, the retarder will kick in and just kind of slow it down for you. I was hoping for some meaty sort of noise, and I've been listening to it, and you know, I think it does kind of like, you know, I think it does add something. So. Yeah. Sorry, my partner's just, you alright? I'm in the middle of the video. I'd love a cup of tea if you're making one. Okay, let's get back to it. So, thank you. I'm not going to hurry. I've got to do today because otherwise it's got to go up on Tuesday. See? Hey, real life, you know. Okay, so we've got a seat adjustment, of course, and a radio, which I won't put on because I don't want a copyright strike. Let's do it. Let's enough of the waffling. Let's take the handbrake off. You'll see the handbrake move there, of course. And let's get the fudge out here. Now there is something, you know, there's that kind of like that noise where you're on and off the throttle. I don't quite know what that is, and I kind of wish that they would, like, that's not an air brake, but we'll see, you know, how it all goes. That doesn't my truck look absolutely gorgeous. Hold on 1 second. So, let's get on this road, in the cab. And is my waypoint going to show? I hope it does. 30 miles an hour. Of course, we've also got cruise control as well. That's the left stick in. Let's indicate out. Now, I did take some advice from Fat Cat actually on the steering dampening. I'm on controller, so you know, just wanted to kind of get that steering. I actually think truck drivers probably have the best steering. What was that noise? Yeah, I don't know. Truck driver steering actually was quite good. I found some of this a little twitchy on the controller. I don't have a wheel. We don't have room, you know, for a steering wheel. But just try and scrub some of that speed off and then put on cruise control. 80. That'll do. There you go. 79. We've got a bit of a journey actually, so we're just going to sort of talk about the graphics, maybe some of the, you know, the world. Again, I've been critical of this in the past, and I didn't have a YouTube channel, so I was only critical and sort of like grumbling to myself. But some of the highways are just trees and trees and trees and trees, and can be, you know, quite uninspiring. But you know, I went into some of the harbours. Been across some big long bridges, sort of like a very elevated, and you know, and I've been quite surprised. I think I was too hard on this game, really. So I'm glad they're sticking with it, and I'm glad that they're, you know, doing a bit of support. And I've got to say, if you take a look at heavy cargo, which we'll cover next Tuesday, I need to put some time into that because I want to kind of come into the video, you know, with a few hours under my belt, and I have played it. I own it and stuff. So. But I think heavy cargo does have a nice look about it, although it seems to be always, like when it's sunny, it's gorgeous, but whenever it's raining, it looks dull. And I get, you know, it's going to look dull when it's raining, but, you know, it'd be nice if you could sort of maybe have a bit more sun. Maybe that's the Brit in me. And so we're going to look to the right to check that lane. There is a car there. I've drifted over. I'm not a perfect driver. But the camera does sort of like centre, which, you know, is so good, I think. No flashing trees, no flashing sky. The lighting within the cab works really well. And yeah, I gotta say, this is probably, out of all the things we've covered, you know how I don't rate games, but you know, we had Truck Driver at the level of okay, and then we had the American Dream. I called that lukewarm. I gotta say, this ain't bad. This is pretty good. This is on the right tracks, isn't it? I think there's still a lot of hate around the game. Maybe that's from, you know, when it was first released. Cruise control's not running away like it did in the American Dream. You know, it's behaving itself. Forgive my steering, doing my very best. But cruise control works, the radio works, which obviously I'm not going to play now. And one thing that I think it does quite well, which I was pleased that Alaskan did actually, is, and Truck Driver doesn't do this. Truck Driver makes you stop and sleep at dedicated spots, and that used to drive me crazy. So the freedom of Alaskan, where I could pull over on any lay-by, you know, the POVs, point of interest, POIs, were quite cool as well, and you could kind of pull over and just kind of like go for a walk. I'm pleased with this game that you can also pull over wherever you want. If there's a services down the road, I can see my fuel looks pretty full down there on the dash. Let's talk about the dashboard. Dashboard looks good, man. You know, against the American Dream, God, they're like graphs that made no sense, and you know, there was like a digital horrible panels in these old style trucks, and it's like they had one dashboard and they sort of migrated that into the trucks. You know, here we could do more trucks. I really want an Iveco. I normally, with Euro Truck Driver, I own an Iveco, and I've always owned Ivecos. I don't know why, I just like the look of them. And yeah, so it would be nice to see maybe some, I call them Daffy, like Daffy Ducks, the DAFs, DAFs. Even DAF, like if they came into this game, I know they got Scania, MAN, and then maybe, you know, maybe they could have 16-player lobbies. I mean, the future, like, but then I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is made by the Unity engine, so they've done quite a good job. So imagine what they could do on Unreal. So I think I kind of want to get behind them a little bit. I'm not part of their Discord. I sort of come out of Discords because I can sometimes get a bit, I say my piece, you know, so this is why I've got a YouTube channel now, so I can just sort of have a bit of a waffle about what I think of the game and, you know, what I'm seeing. I think we're coming into probably midnight. The moon looks pretty high. It looks like the moon is cascading off the road, tarmac. Trees haven't been no bother. And again, you know, it does what it says on the tin. That car's braking. I'm just going to watch it for a minute. There's a junction coming up. Maybe we should pull out. Got a car to the left. Can we hang this lane? Yeah, we can. We don't need to go. I think. Oh, we are gaining speed on that car. I'm going to watch him. Don't need no fuel. We're good for a sleep. Yeah. So sadly I didn't get the double axle from the back. That would have been so cool. Just look at my front. See the purple wing mirrors as well. I bet the trucks would get a bit grubby, maybe have a jet wash, I don't know, let's get back on a sec, I don't want to crash. Imagine if you have a farming simulator where you have to jet wash the tractors down. That's a cool addition, you know. But if they had a 16 player lobby, maybe the future of tracking on console is coming slowly. You know, there's lots of people with their fingers in the pie. You just got to watch it. And, you know, when you have price tags of, yeah, we're clear. When you have price tags of like 50, 60 quid, you don't want to be spending your money on something. Oh, no, we'll stay that lane. You don't want to spend something, you know, 50, 60 quid on a game that, you know, is not up to snuff. Plus the fact that it's not being supported, and that's probably one of the biggest things. We live in a world now where gaming is very evolved. IPs come out, and games sort of like they come out, and there might be 5 years before you'll see another rendition of the game. So ongoing support is something that, you know, is obviously encouraged. And if we could go down to Spain, well, I just think that'll be a win-win. But maybe this has been held back by the Unity. Oh, oh my god. Well, I don't know what to say. Got 1% damage. That truck did break pretty quickly, considering it's truck laden full of, you know. But hey, that's live stream. Come on, Blue, let me over. He's right up my bloody side of me. The AI, I've had no problems with. I've been playing it for about, I don't know, probably since I put it back on my system in the past week, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. No problems at all. So let me know your thoughts. Maybe it's been on your system a while. Maybe, let's go back to progress. Maybe you're thinking, do I need to load it up and give it another go? Or maybe you're just done with it, which is completely fine. So you're looking at the coach there, kind of like a firm bus. Again, loads of people behind it. I couldn't get into it. I don't know why. I think it's because you sort of plot a route, and I don't know, maybe I sort of lost my way with it. This is trucking and driving Tuesdays, so maybe we will do some bus and coach. I am a bus driver and a coach driver, so I guess it wouldn't hurt for me to waffle about those games as well. The only one I've covered is bus driving Evo, which I gotta say, and that was thanks to Fat Cat who introduced me to that. I really enjoyed it. You know, small team, not the best graphics, the playability sounds. You know, I really enjoyed it, and I quite like the marking system of like indicating handbrake on, and that's really my jam. You know, because I sort of do tend to, well, one, I had to do that in real life, and two, you know, I like being immersive. You know. So there we have it. So I think we'll travel down to the end of this mission. There's not too much to show you really, apart from driving on the road and having a good waffle about the game. I may do another video on it. I may. Don't hold me to it. But of course you've got the multi-drop, which I've never done. I picked up this fuel because I was like, oh my god, I think I come back to it. Started a new save, and I think the fuel trailers were new additions, so I sort of thought, I'll try those. There, they're breaking, let's watch those. Oh, I should try that retarder actually, and sort of what I was talking about. We'll do that as we come. How far have we got? Hold on a second. Ooh, what's that? I think that might be me in the camera on the touchpad, because you can actually move. Let me just straighten up. You can move the touch. Oh god, don't do that. You can move the touchpad. I don't know why you would want to. So let's go down. We could stop off, get some fuel. My god, it's a journey, innit? Goodness me. Where's it being dropped? Hold on. Oh, you got to come back on the carriageway? come back all the way up on the other side. Ah, it's got to be dropped. Can you see? So it's got to actually be dropped at that fuel station, which is on the other carriageway to how we're coming down. So we're coming south. Is there a way I can combat that? By probably coming down the 7 highway and going through Stuttgart. That's going to be a long video though, isn't it? We could always split the video. How long have we been talking? 25 minutes. Low damage again, that's my bad. So let's try this retarder, and I think what we'll do is I'll shoot the second part of the video when we get on the other side of the carriageway and we're coming up, because it looks like we've got to go all the way past the garage and then come up the other side in order to do the drop. So yeah, so setting the retarder on high means basically if you let off the throttle, we're now scrubbing speed, so 85, 84. If I come out, really hear it. I thought I could hear a difference when I put from when I took it off when I put it on, but it will slowly scrub your speed off a bit quicker. It's called a brake so yeah, so I think I'll leave it there, and I will see you very shortly. And welcome back. Finally all the way down the carriageway and then back on the other side. So here's what I was saying about the lights with the Scania, of course. I guess you can see the lights on the right, but sometimes not always, because sometimes you're turning left, you need the lights above you, and this is where the windscreen can't see it, so you jump outside. But it gives me a chance to look at my beautiful truck. Can we see the purple accents? Just about. Light flashes of purple. Can't zoom in on the truck. Don't think you can? No. Oh look, we're literally right next to a MAN, look, so there we go. I think it would be cool if, are we green as well? Yeah, green. It would be cool if you see like other customizations on the trucks and stuff, you know. So again, turning right, that camera just auto pans. I've got a building there, we've got some trees. Actually, it's been pretty varied. It hasn't been that bad. So we're doing this U-turn. That carriageway looks to be closed. It's just why we don't need that one. Pop it in cruise control just while I'm sort of navigating. I do tend to, I hope I'm on the right carriageway due to that diversion. Oh, look at that. Yeah, look at it, roadblock, yeah. Ah, my beautiful truck in the daylight, sunlight. Oh, wrong lane, sorry. Obviously had too much chocolate. Let's get back on the road. Of course, that's what we're covering today. Back on the road. That sound engine's not bad. Let go. And should scrub off some speed. Let's just check that map a second. So yeah, so we're heading up, and here's our flag. Can you just about see it just underneath there? So yeah, so we're let that the sun-kissed. Do you know, considering this is Unity, I don't think they've done a bad job, I've got to say. Oh, that's 90 miles an hour. Let's just drop that off. So we'll let the retarder just take that, scrub that speed off. 80, perfect. There we go. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? And if this is going to have a graphical upgrade to heavy cargo, I hope the guys at is it Tox2? I'm going to get it all wrong. I'm not. Look, I play these games. I watch YouTube channels who know their stuff, and and they talk about some of the companies and developers and stuff. I just play games, and I play and I say what I see. So I guess it will come. I'll start to know developers as I go on with the channel. But at this time, I haven't got a bloody clue. But I can, I can play the final product and have an opinion on it. And again, as I said in previous videos, opinions are like assholes, and everyone has one. What is, is right for somebody is wrong for someone else. So this could be someone's cup of tea, and then it will be someone else's Marmite. It will be. But that's just the wonders of life. On. God bless cruise control. And any truck game that doesn't have cruise control is going to get a wrath from me. I'm talking to you, Alaskan road truckers. So that's as I was heading down the other carriageway, of course we're dropping at this petrol station on the other carriageway. The sun was like quite blinding and really nice. As we were coming down the other side of the carriageway. But no, steering's not bad. It just takes a bit of getting used to. Perhaps I should show the settings, what I have. The tree's getting sparse, there's some elevation changes, there's some hills. But goodness me, if they brought other continents onto this game, I think it'll be, next level stuff, don't you? So I tend to get rid of that. You like the on-screen sat nav. It does give you more information, like your sleep. I can see my sleep has got, holy cow, isn't it? I'm sorry, I'm looking at the top. Hour and 45, hour and 45, hour and 50. We'll be okay because we're not far off our destination. No, it'll be interesting going from this to heavy cargo. I found, now disclaimer before we get to next Tuesday, that some of the roads were really skinny, and I found that I was struggling because they got this point system where you need to get like an A, and we all want to do a good job on getting top marks, on our games. And there was time limits, man. Like, why is there time limits on some truck games? Like, I wish I could disable that. In fact, I wish I could disable all the ranking system on heavy cargo and just play my way. Does that make sense? Oh, it's quite a tight one. So the handling here is not bad. Oh, this might be our stop actually. That blue sign looks like a petrol station. Yeah. Now, does it give some yard markers? The 300, 200, 100 yard markers? Yeah, there we go. There's a blue sign coming up. So there's your 300 metres, 300 yards, whatever it's called, probably 3 metres. Your second, number 2. I normally, in real life, indicate on a 300 yard marker. Let's take off cruise control and use that retarder. So you might say to me, KT, I can't hear a single difference. Well, yeah, maybe it's a placebo, I'm not sure. But it's slowing down nicely for me. And we'll jump to third person. I do like seeing the track. It's good looking, isn't it? It's good looking. You see that purple now, the purple on the wing mirrors. And the purple flashes. Now, where do you want to drop? On the side? Now, what side is my... Yeah, now I had this before. Now I'm going to try something new. Because... Oh, hold on a second. Oh god, I'll tell you what we need to do. It's just as well this is not a busy station. Lights, hazards, always hazards. And let's back it up. So, reversing noise, and it stays engaged even if I stop. So let's put the handbrake on. So it's in reverse gear. Perfect. So let's back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. And no manual gears that I could see. Do love a manual gearbox. I'm hoping that I can throw it this way, because some stations you drop it, it will all make sense in a minute, trust me. Just bear with. Got a horn. I'm able to dip my horn and let them know I'm here. Good old Jack who works behind the counter. He'll be getting my double decker ready. Hazards on. Bring it on in. So I've got to say, I've enjoyed this week playing this game. It's been a lot of fun, and I haven't had any problems with it. Oh, that was one thing I was going to mention. Just stop. That's it. Handbrake on. Can you see inside the cab? There is no driver. The wheels, you can see the wheel turning. There's no driver. Of course, I sort of had that with American Dream. There was a guy in there, his hands didn't move, and that bugged me a lot. What happens in Alaskan? I think you can see your driver, can't you? I didn't check that. Truck driver, the windows are quite tinted, so you can't see in there, but you can definitely see a driver. So it is annoyed me slightly that I can't see my driver, because it looks like I'm playing with matchbox trucks with no driver in there. So I would like to have seen a driver in there, have a simple animation of sorts, but they get a lot right, so I'm going to let that slide. But yeah, no driver. Okay, so let's... Is that an advert for a fire engine game? Maybe, it's in German. So let's, we're going to deal with fuel, so we're going to turn off the engine. Oh, that's nice. And let's turn down those lights as well. And we'll leave the hazards on. Look at the door. What we get? Peace and quiet. There's that purple flash, isn't it? So we'll walk up and see Jack. Get the double decker and a coffee. Right, delivery. Perfect. I thought they used to be the signature, or am I imagining things? So you just push OK, and we've got to go back to the cargo on the back of the trailer. So we're on the correct side. Some drops you do, it sort of makes you, oh no, I'll let you find out, but it doesn't make sense. I wish there was some sort of animation here. Maybe that's something they could do on the next one on the road too. You know, how the pipes and stuff fix on. So you simply lift that, and then obviously all the pipes would go in, wouldn't they? So there we go. Did have a little bit of damage, but hey, it's all good. That's our completion. So there we go. So our truck driving Tuesday coverage on the road. I think it looks very good. Bear with. Sorry about that. My partner was giving me a quick call, and I'm trying to shoot this on a Sunday because I'm going up to Somerset, so I won't actually be here on Tuesday. But a video should still get put up on Tuesday, and yeah, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, something like that. So yeah, so I think I'll take a screenshot of my truck for maybe the thumbnail. I'll have a play around with thumbnails. That is on the road. See, it's quieter here, not so much ambient noise, but a good looking game, something that hopefully they can improve on. And at the moment, from what we've covered so far, this would be your top trump, and I don't think many people would disagree, really, because I've not come across any bugs. Everything's ran okay. A little bit of AI here and there. They'll brake in front of you, sort of like, you know, brake check you. Lights look good, don't they? LED lights there. If they could bring Daffy trucks or Ivecos, I don't know. Anyway, I look forward to your comments. I look forward to your thoughts. I respect them as always. If you hate this game, will never go back to this game, then that's also cool. Excuse me. And yeah, so I'll leave that there. All dropped off. I may do a multi-drop one down the road, but I will see you down the road, on the road. This was Slow and Steady. Thank you to all the awesome SAS crew subscribers. You're totally awesome. If you could smash that like on the way out, that would be appreciated. And I will see you in the next video tomorrow, of course, Wild West Wednesdays. Have a good one from me to you. Take care. See you soon. Take care. Say take care too much. Adios. Bye.